Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Jennifer Piper, and I'm so excited you guys are here tonight. So you are going to get to experience a little bit about why we love this brand and this community marketing. So as I get started, I just want you to jump in the chat. Let me know where you're coming in from. Let me know if you are a guest and who invited you. Would be so great. I can see a bunch of you jumping on right now. This is exciting, and I can see the comments. All right, I'm going to jump into it. So for those of you who maybe don't know me, I live in a teeny tiny little town in Kamloops, British Columbia. So if you're a Canadian, pop it in the chat for me. My background, you guys, is I grew up in this small northern town. And as we all do, we typically go to university, get a degree, and then you're going to, start your job. So I did exactly that. And then my dream career that I wanted to get into, which was physiotherapy, I couldn't get into physiotherapy school. So I had this degree, and I thought, well, I'm going to start working with it. And as life happens, sometimes, things don't go the way that you have planned. So I fell into business with my ex-husband. So we had 3 traditional storefront businesses, and I learned that I loved being an entrepreneur. And I had no experience growing up. No one in my family, no one in my family had really ever went to university or owned their own business. And so it was this whole new world. But I loved being an entrepreneur. And then as life sometimes throws little things at you, we decided to have children, and I had 3 little boys. So those 3 little boys are in that photo right there. They're all giants now. And, once I had those 3 boys in less than 5 years, and we had these 3 traditional storefront businesses, for those of you who've ever done brick and mortar, you know that a lot of your time, all of your energy, all of your money, a lot of times is sunk into your business. So, I would have to put my kids in daycare, go and manage the 3 stores. When there's alarm calls, you're the one on call. When people call in sick, you're the one that covers their shifts. And so as I started raising these boys and I had my 3rd one, I was like, this just isn't really what I thought being a mom would be like. And maybe some of you parents out there can relate to this. I loved being an entrepreneur. I loved using my brain. I loved everything that came along with that, but I didn't love putting my kids in daycare. So I fell into, the world of direct selling 18 years ago because a girlfriend of mine, thankfully, even though I poo-pooed the idea, maybe some of you can relate, she thankfully kept talking to me about it. And there was a morning where I had to put my kids in daycare and I shouted at them. And that was my morning where I was like, well, maybe I should take a look at this. And so what we want to share here tonight, you guys, is a little bit more about that and what that can look like for you. So, over the last 18 years, I've been so blessed to be not, with one company, but 3. I have learned so much. I've discovered my passion for leadership, for systems, for tools, for people. And I can't think of a better vehicle than what we have here today to be able to turn around and have an impact in people's lives, an impact in their health, right? I get to help people live healthier, live longer every single day. I get to wake up and, give recommendations for things that are going to make people better. And then, we get to have an impact inside family pockets. And I think that that's all just so exciting. So I'm going to dive in now and talk a little bit about our community marketing concept. So again, when you think about traditional business, I came from traditional business where, traditional business is you spend a whole lot of money, you have a whole lot of inventory, maybe overhead, right? And it is hard to kind of get ahead sometimes. So I love that community marketing really is a modern business, and it's built for today. It's a model that's built for today because if you think about it, let me know, when is the last time you've purchased a product because someone shared it online? That's me every night at 3 o'clock when I can't sleep. Right, Laura? I'm like, oh my gosh, this looks really cool. So it's flexible. You can do it on your own time. Yes, you might be able to do it at 3 a.m. when you can't sleep, especially if you're in midlife, ladies. But I loved that, 18 years ago, the flexibility allowed me to be home with my kids. It allowed me to not miss one single event of their entire school career to the point where they're trying to kick me out the door, right? And now, for me now, my life has changed. I'm a half empty nester. I love to travel. So I can literally take my business with me wherever I go. I can work from the beach. I can work from hiking in Arizona. I can work from my office here today. So it's a simple business, very simple, and the support systems in place are insane. And I'm going to tell you that is the one thing that we have as a strength here as a team. And you're going to hear a little bit more about that tonight. So it's super flexible. And in today's world, like, people trust people, right? We buy from people we know, like, and trust, not an ad in a, in the old days in a telephone book, if you can remember that. So the other thing that I love about community marketing is low cost. So low cost to get started. You can truly have your own business without having all the high overhead. So we're going to talk a bit about the brand that we love and the brand that we've chosen to partner with. And, about a year ago, I had to make a pivot. And, thankfully being, blessed with 18 years and, millions of dollars in sales in this company, you actually have a lot of open doors when it's time to make a pivot. And there's many reasons why we chose to partner with this brand. But I will tell you, the first thing is the products. So when you think about, partnering with any brand and starting a business, you want to think about three things: the people, who are you working with, who are you aligning with, the products, and the pay. My girlfriend Andrea is going to talk a little bit about the pay shortly, and we're going to dive into these products. But these are proven viral products. These beautiful little wands, you see the little Today flyer on the right there. Sometimes all I have to do is show up in my stories and use these wands, and I'll have 10 people ask for information. 10 people ask for information. And again, that is the beauty of community marketing. So I can incorporate it into what I'm doing every single day and turn around and share a link and make a profit. So we are a global leader in clinical wellness. We have a presence in USA, Canada, Australia. We just launched in New Zealand and in Asia. And think about this as like clinical science-based products that are all formulated super clean, so we don't use all the bad stuff that's out there, no questionable ingredients, and they work. So we're featured in all sorts of magazines all the time, all sorts of publications. 25% of our customers have been ordering for 30 years. That is not a typo, my friends. 25% of the customers have been ordering for 30 years. Can you think of one product that you used for 30 years straight? Because I can't. We've done over $15 billion in sales, paid out $9 billion in commissions. We have over 80 patents and 110 clinicals. And just with our team alone here, you guys, overall as a company, we've had 250,000 people who've joined our movement in the last year. But our team alone, our community of people is 45,000 of that. So again, that says a lot. We're attracted a lot of really great people who all want to work together to empower people to look, live, and feel younger, to be ageless, along with the most clinically proven clean wellness company in the world. We are the fastest company of its size and tenure in the market. We are actually having our 70th anniversary this summer in Nashville, Tennessee, in the US, and we are having our 50th anniversary in Canada this year. So again, when you think about longevity in this industry and partnering with a brand, you want to partner with a brand that knows how to do it, right? That has the right products, that pays you well, but also has that stability, has that heritage built in so that it's not you having to get out there and do everything alone. All right, we're going to talk tonight about our 4 key categories. I'm going to just quickly touch on these because we are going to dive in. So we have collagen peptides and cellular age reversal. This little category on the left there is truly the bread and butter of my business. And I truly believe that once people try these products, I always say to people, give yourself the gift of 90 days. Give yourself the gift of 90 days to use these products. Feel what it does in your body. See the results. And you will be one of those people who are ordering for 25 years. So this line, again, increases cellular energy. It reduces your DNA damage. It reduces oxidative stress, and it blunts the inflammatory response, which, you guys, that response is going on pretty much all day, every day right now with us. We have core nutrition. So think easy to use vitamins for everything, a supplement for literally everything. But then we also have put together, strip packs so that you don't have to do the work. And if you're like me, I go into a health food store and I'm just confused and overwhelmed. We take away that overwhelm for you. And we even have a personalized nutrition where you can fill out a questionnaire and enter your labs, enter some of your, like if you have done your ancestry DNA, and enter all of that, and it will spit out your 100% personalized, customized regimen. We also have that for kids. Then we have GLP-1 support, protein, because we all know that we need more protein, and body composition products we're going to talk about tonight, clean and clinical beauty. All right, I'm going to dive into my favorite. I have been talking about this product right here every single day for 9 years. Actually, my 9-year anniversary is coming up very quickly. So this is, we like to call it the no competition collagen, and it has this global following. It is the #1 selling product in Canada, the US, Australia, and New Zealand. And we just launched a bigger, better version of this. So our Shaklee Life Plus blend was launched beginning of April. And just to give you like a feeling of what it did, we aggressively had a 6-month forecast on this product. We blew through that in 6 weeks. 6 months in 6 weeks. So that gives you an idea of the demand in the marketplace, and again, that the product works. It's people get the results and they keep using it. I'm going to touch really quick on our blends. So here is our United States blend. Each blend is a little bit different in each country because each country has slightly different regulations. So this is what I'm going to talk about that's the same in all the countries. This is a single source matrix. So when you think about BioCell, it is a bioidentical, bioactive, again, multi-patented, clinical studies, collagen matrix that is designed for maximum absorption and to utilize it in your cells. So all of the countries, we have this single source matrix. So it's type 2 collagen. It is hyaluronic acid and chondroitin sulfate. And if you were to take a pie chart of basically our BioCell matrix and compare it to the pie chart of your connective tissue, it's pretty much identical. So when you take it, your body's like, hi, old friend, where have you been? Because as you guys know, our collagen and HA declines dramatically once you're, especially in that midlife area of our lives. So when you start taking this, your body recognizes it is the first thing. My favorite stat about this product is at the 28-day mark, these are our clinical studies, you get a 6,000% increase in hyaluronic acid delivery to your skin. And that was actually the low end. It was as high as 10,000, but 6,000 is what we can claim. It also does two things. So not only is it giving you the good stuff that your body's losing, we have 2 enzymes that basically attack our body all the time. So collagenase and hyaluronidase. And think of those as like, I call them the aging enzymes. It's the best way for me to remember this. And you guys, I want you to know, I am not a scientist, but I am a girl who has a deep, deep passion for this product. And I have 9 years of clients' results who've used it month after month after month for 9 years. So those aging enzymes, they're basically attacking our body all the time. We also put ingredients in here that halt them in their tracks. So you're putting the good stuff in and you're halting those aging enzymes, which is huge. Then we just launched in the US the new Shaklee BioCell Life Plus, and we've added ingredients so it not only protects, stimulates, and builds, it basically works through the entire collagen life cycle. And now it also really works for bone density. So this is a really new formula. Again, this is the one that we sold 6 months worth in 6 weeks in the US. Soon to come to Australia and New Zealand. You are next on the list very soon. Canada, I quickly want to talk to you guys. Here is our blend. So Canada also has a Life Plus blend. Ours is slightly different because 2 things. Number 1, in Canada, we have this governing body called Health Canada. And when we actually brought this product in years ago, went and looked at it and looked at the claims and looked at the studies. And we actually can say right on our bottle, and I'm going to read it right out for you, that it helps to relieve joint pain associated with osteoarthritis of the hip and the knee. We also, in this blend that we have in Canada, added ingredients that support immune function and works with cold and flu. So think of it as all the things that you see here and also the cold and flu. So that is Liquid BioCell, again, soon to be launched. If you are listening in Australia or New Zealand, I would say to you, you need to jump in now because you want to be the one bringing this product to market. All right, I'm going to touch on Vivix and pass it over to my friend Andrea. Vivix. You guys, if you are using BioCell or Vivix, please put it in the comments for me what you're noticing. So again, if you think about it, Vivix, we are subjected to oxidative stress all the time. You know, the air we breathe. I'm in forest fire season right now, and every day that I'm walking in my own home, because it's inside, I keep thinking I'm going to double up on my Vivix, because again, we have all of these like free radicals and all these things, oxidative stress, that are attacking us every single day. And then the food we eat, even if you are excellent at making excellent choices, a lot of times too, you know, it's the world that we live in, right? So the food we eat affects us. But what this product does is there's 27 global patents on it, and you can get it in a liquid, a gumdrop, or a capsule, which is great for travel. And there's a lot on the horizon around this product too. So some really exciting things coming. But what this does is, not only does it reduce the DNA damage by 2/3%, it has a 98.8% increase in cellular energy protection. It also, this product is 13 times more powerful than regular resveratrol alone, but it blunts inflammatory response. It's very hard to say. So we did this cool study, and you can ask whoever shared this with you for this study. I call it the McDonald's study. They fed people an inflammatory McDonald's breakfast and then measured their inflammation response. As we can imagine, it's pretty sky high. Then they did the same thing, but also gave them their dose of Vivix ahead of time. So not only did it blunt the inflammatory response, it actually brought them below where they had started. So my friend Michelle at the top here, you guys, this is her results using just this product. It looks like she's lost probably 20 pounds in this photo. This is just the difference in inflammation in her body using this product. So this is an amazing product. Now I am going to bring in my good friend, Andrea Gebhardt, you guys, because this next slide is actually her friend, Allison, that we're going to talk about. So Andrea, I'm going to let you take it away from here.
Yay, awesome. Well, hi everybody. I'm so excited to be here. And I, obviously having been here for the past 16 months, have come to absolutely love these products and have had incredible success with them, and have been able to share them with so many people that they've impacted their lives greatly. And I'm sitting here listening to you, Jen, just talk about it. I'm like, yes, 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 so good. And just immediately like starting to think of even more friends who I know who could absolutely benefit from them. So hi guys, my name is Andrea Gebhardt. I'm so excited to be joining you here tonight. I look at this picture on the screen and I just giggle, because over on that far right side, or I think it's my right, maybe your left, I'm not really sure. I'm left-handed, so I'm directionally challenged where my lefty's at. But I look and I see my kids over there, all four of them. I'm in that bird launching phase, I like to call it, where we're getting them all grown up and in high school and out of high school and on their way. My oldest just turned 20 and my youngest is about to be 16. And I look at that picture and I'm just like, my gosh, how has this much time gone by? It's been 13 years that I've been a part of this incredible profession. But I didn't start my life out that way. I was actually in education. So where are all my teachers who are dreading their trips to Target right now because school supplies are everywhere? Just not ready for it. But gosh, I was in education. I was a teacher turned administrator. And all my student loans had kind of started coming due. I had over 6 figures in student loan payments rolling in every single month. And I remember one day I was sitting there opening up one of my student loan bills, and I was just like, how long am I paying for these? And I looked at my plan, and I was on a 30-year repayment plan for my student loans. 5 degrees, it's not free. And I just was like, oh my gosh, 30 years, like I'm going to be paying for college, still paying for college when my kids are going off to college. And then it kind of just suddenly dawned on me, they were little at the time. They were 2, 4, and 6. And I was just like, my gosh, I got to figure this out, because this is kind of crazy. How am I going to be paying for my college still while still trying to send them to college? And I'm in education. There's no bonuses. There's no real big advancements. Like all the way once you're all the way over and all the way down on the pay scale in a traditional job, that's pretty much just what it is, unless you take on a whole big position. And I had at least probably 15 years before I got to become a superintendent or something. And so I was kind of scratching my head. How many of you guys have scratched your head in the last 1, 3, 5, 10 years? Like, oh man, like we got to figure out a way to make extra income. We got to figure out a way to make ends meet a little bit better. We got to figure out a way to save money, because life is going to continue to grow and evolve and expand. And things are only going to grow and expand and evolve in terms of expense. And I kind of started looking for ways to try to figure out how to make extra money. And I wasn't interested in teaching university courses. I wasn't interested in additional hours at the school because I was already there for 12 hours a day. And I had a really great friend who reached out to me and was like, hey, well, you could do this to earn extra money. And I was like, never done anything like that before. Like, I don't know, maybe I can, maybe I can't. I don't know a whole lot about it, but I'm willing to figure it out. And I was able to pursue that on a very part-time basis in conjunction with my full-time job and pay off all of my student loan debt, which led me to a position where I was able to kind of like look at my life and decide how I wanted to spend my time and spend my days. And as much as I loved my career in education, loved my students and everything else, I also really loved my kids and my family. And I was a little bit over the routine of dropping them off somewhere else just to be gone at work, to pick them up, to barely have any time, to being really tired and really stressed and doing life. And I left my career in education, which is nuts, 13 years ago. And I have been building this business and being a solo parent of my 4 incredible kids for this entire time. And it's not just created, a life where I have the time to be with them. They probably complain around too much as teenagers, but now here we are. I've got 1 in college, 1 going in, and 2 more on deck back to back. And to have that college debt out of the way and to be able to now, put them through school so that they don't have to graduate with that debt. Like that is what we call like chain breaking. That is what we call trajectory change. That is what we call making a decision at one point in your life that completely changes the outlook of the life that you get to live. And so it's really been such an amazing journey and so fun. And I'm excited that somebody reached out to you and was like, hey, you should probably take a look at this. You might want to explore some of these options as brand partnership because, it's made an impact in their lives and our lives. And we want you to be able to evaluate that and see if it's something that is aligned with you. So I look at those pictures and I just giggle. And then I look at this picture, my good friend Allison, and my gosh, we were talking about these incredible products. This is one of my favorites. It's so much more than a protein shake. This Life Shake, and not only is it inflammatory, gluten-free, dairy-free, but it's packed with 20 grams of protein, 25 minerals and vitamins, 6 grams of fiber, clinically proven to boost GLP-1 levels, aka it helps keep you full and helps decrease those cravings. And if you are somebody who is really looking to, maintain a healthy weight or maybe even work towards body transformation, it's absolutely going to help with that too. There's my friend Allison. She lost 27 pounds with our Life Shake, just incorporating healthy nutrition into her diet. It's one of our favorite products and it's super versatile in all the different ways that you can enjoy it. And then we have our incredible skincare line. Now, I will fully admit to you guys, I was never a skincare girly. I literally started washing my face and caring about skincare in my late 30s. And so being introduced to this line, the fact that it's EWG certified, it's incredibly clean, 2,500 ingredients that are in almost every product out there that you can find that we exclude on purpose because they're harmful not just to your skin, but your overall health. But this skincare line literally turns back the hands of time when you use it. In fact, it is clinically proven to erase 10 years of age off of your skin. That is not a gimmick, you guys. That is science. Check out my really great friend Cheryl here. She has been in the beauty industry for over 30 years as an esthetician and a med spa owner. So she was already really invested in skincare, really invested in taking care of her skin. She was already in love with BioCell for numerous years and just added this skincare line. And look at that picture within 5 months. And she is in her late 60s. And I love, sometimes we think our skin, well, it is what it is, and it is what it's going to be, but you can absolutely, nourish your skin in a way that it has the ability to come back a little firmer, a little bit more toned, a little bit more taut. We love the lines, right? Because they're representation of life. Hey, Jen, it kind of makes me think we're like oak trees in that way. You cut a tree open, it has the rings inside and it shows how old it is. That's what these smile lines are for. But if I can have healthier skin a little bit longer in life, I'm absolutely going to go for it. The system really, really is incredible. So let's talk about this brand partnership. There are so many incredible benefits. And I'm going to say this right now, and it's a really bold statement. If you don't have a brand partnership currently, if a brand is not paying you to promote products, to promote a certain aspect, health, wellness, beauty, whatever it might be, you are missing out on capitalizing on the way that most people have the ability to make money online right now in the age, stage, and era that we are all in. We are all online. We're all buying products online. We're all recommending products online. We shop because of somebody else's recommendation. This is now the world that we live in. So why not be able to leverage what everyone else is doing, how everyone else is shopping, with a brand partnership of your own? So not only do you have the ability to own this asset and diversify your income, but you also have the ability to, extend on the natural things that you're already doing. Tell me in the comments if you've shared a link in the last 30 days. Tell me in the comments if you've recommended a product or an item or a service to anyone in the last 30 days. Like, my favorite thing to do is recommend things that I love. And I know I'm not alone in that. We're doing it all the time. No income caps, no inventory or overhead with this partnership. I absolutely love it. You get a customized link. You get to get the products that you're excited about. Like, tell me which products you heard about tonight that you're like, oh, I'm excited to try that. Oh, I want to try that. I'm telling you right now, if you are serious about aging well, living stronger longer, living better longer, that BioCell and Vivix duo, those are going to be some major game changers when it comes to your health on a cellular level from inside out. Truly, truly incredible. But tell me what products you've already heard about tonight that you're like, ooh, I'd want to try that. Oh, maybe my sister would be interested. Like, you're already starting to think, right? And so you take the products, you love them, you have a link, and whenever people ask about them or somebody comes to you looking for a recommendation, like so many of our friends do all the time, you have a link that you can share, and then you can be paid for that with this brand partnership. We have weekly pay, monthly residuals, and bonus pay available. My favorite part of our compensation plan is that you are going to earn 30% commission on all new customer purchases always. 30% commissions on all new purchases always. And then because you referred the collagen, for example, that your friend starts taking for 30, 60, 90 days, and her skin is glowing and her hair is growing and her body's feeling better and she's feeling a little bit younger and looking a little bit younger, she's probably going to continue to be on that product. And you can get paid up to 40% on those reoccurring orders. And what you have here in turn as a result of that is a business that's generating income on a regular basis. So let's take a look at what some of those customer compensations look like, that commission potential. So you can see here, by the number of customers that you have, it's going to generate a specific number of sales, and that indicates the percentage that you're able to make on those reoccurring sales. Now, if you're here and you have customers because you have a brand partnership with us, drop in the comments how many customers you are lovingly serving every single month with our products. Drop in the comments what commission percentage you are earning on those reoccurring orders right now, so our friends can see how this is working. And then you can take a look at those commissions that are available to you right there. We just got a comment, 40% on reoccurring orders, which means she's doing over $10,000 on sales. Do the math. That is $4,000 a month in income on those recurring sales. Now, what that immediately makes me think of, two things. Number one, when I was in education as a teacher, that was probably my starting pay. 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. That was my starting pay. Here, it's a handful of customers from sharing online on your time, your design, from where you want, when you want, being able to generate the same. And then the second thing that I think of is, what would $4,000 a month, what would that do in our household? What would that take care of? What would that be allow us to pay down debt? Would that allow us to be able to put money away? Would that allow us to set money aside for cars? You could tell the world I'm living in right now. Cars, wisdom teeth extractions, and college. Those are the exciting things happening in my life. But what I love about this is it helps you see what you're able to create and what that can in turn mean for yourself or your family. So as we take a look here, this is something that's really exciting that we are just now offering, but we have a really exciting achievement that you can do. We call it Director Accelerator. When you do your, just your first couple $1,000s in sales, you're going to earn what we call Director Accelerator, and you're going to receive a $500 gift card to Aloe, Apple, or Aura as kind of like a congratulations. Just those first handfuls of sales, we're going to come right in and recognize you with this incredible incentive, which I love too. So right out of the gate, between commissions and this bonus, it's getting pretty exciting. We have amazing rewards and incentives, everything from annual trips that you can earn. We just took 200, almost 300 people, went with us on this trip to Cabo just this last April. We have people already excited and earning the next trip to Cancun next year. We have quarterly prizes that you can earn. This last quarter, we earned Ninja Creamies, Hume Scales, Beast Blenders, Solo outdoor fire stoves. I mean, it's really incredible the way that we are rewarded here. Additional bonuses that you can earn through the compensation plan, which are really exciting as well. And here's how you do it. You take a look and you're just like, all right, which products am I excited to get started with? Which products am I wanting for myself? So I can turn around and share them with other people. We have incredible enrollment bundles and incredible enrollment opportunity for you. But I mean, when you sit here and you look at all this and you hear everything, I'm going to tell you right now that when I look back on that day 13 years ago, when I found myself in a position where I was like, well, I was thinking then I need more money now, but I'm also going to need more money for the future because college obviously isn't free. What can I do now that can change my future later? What decision can I make today? I didn't know what it was going to look like. I didn't know how it was going to go. I actually had absolutely zero idea about how to be successful. And I just allowed myself to, leverage a system, leverage a support, leverage the community, leverage a leadership to figure it out. And it turned into one of the most incredible decisions of my life, to be present with all of my kids, to be able to now look at them and be like, well, where do you want to go to school? And there not being any limitations on that, all because of a decision I made so long ago. And, imagine this, here's what this is like. Imagine somebody offered you a lifetime Costco membership that also gave you the opportunity to earn whenever someone shopped because of your recommendation. Like, how many of us right now, put it in the chat? Like, gosh, if Costco came to me and offered me a lifetime membership and the ability to earn money every time anyone shopped at Costco and ordered a product that I recommended or shopped for a product I recommended, how many of us would jump on that? We would. Most of us wouldn't spend weeks debating that decision. And that's really what tonight is about. It's about, saving money on products that you're already ordering, earning money on products that you're already loving, having the ability to leverage the opportunity, the options. People often wait until they need additional income before they start looking for an opportunity. And the smartest people position themselves before they need it. You heard Jen, we're launching the brand new collagen in Australia and New Zealand. And if you're from there, you're going to want to be on board to be able to be first to market with me, with us as we launch that. I've never heard anyone ever tell me that they regret saving money on products they're already buying. I have never had someone tell me in 13 years that they regret earning a little extra income when friends ask them what they're using. I've never had someone tell me that they regret giving themselves another option. What I have heard, though, is people say, man, I should have started sooner. I shouldn't have waited. I should have jumped on. I should have this. And that's why you're here right now learning about this tonight, because this could be a point in time where you have the ability to make a decision today that changes what the future looks like for you and your family. You don't have to decide tonight what you're going to build, what you're going to create, what it's going to look like, but you get to decide whether your future deserves that opportunity. And that's what we're talking about. And that's what we're so excited. So I encourage you to connect back with the person who shared this with you here tonight. Let them know exactly which one of those enrollment bundles you're wanting to get started with. We're going to customize your launch. We're going to help you get going. And we're going to be so excited to just welcome you into our incredible team, our incredible community, and have you be a part of growing right alongside with us, one of the fastest growing teams. You saw the numbers. You heard what Jen shared. Now we just got to get you on board so that we can do this right alongside with you. So with that, thank you so much for taking your time to be here, to learn a little bit more about this incredible brand partnership with us. We're so excited to have you on board.